Alright, well, had a little bit of issues with a couple of the ideas that I had for aligning the insides here of these little trays here. I finally came up with a method that I liked. Well, I think I'm going to like. We're going to try it out here in a moment. But the first almost method, it doesn't look like it came out too bad there for the token tray. So we're going to see how this looks when I go and give it its little paint job. And we put it in there and we'll see how it goes for these orc ones. Alright, so the method worked out pretty well. And there we go. And yeah, so the orc symbol, well, I had a little bit of trouble with it. The tests worked better. I definitely had a little bit of bleed problems, so it got really kind of sloppy. But as I went along, I got a little better at it. But yeah, pretty nice. And the important test, Mini also fits in very easily. So far so good. In fact, kind of going over the method that I'm using here. So what I wound up doing is I cut out the edges first, and I will go and glue down with just a little bit of extra lip, so that way, you get a nice, cover here. But I'll measure out the width, length, and then a little bit extra that I glued to the bottom here. And I'm just kind of applying just regular old Elmer's glue. Applying it here and with brushing it on so I get a nice even coat. Put it on and wait for a few minutes to let it dry, and then come back in with the cross piece. So I've been working on the inserts here a little bit, and I got a couple in. I mean, pretty bad at cutting the fabric. I really wished I knew a better way than what I'm doing, but I mean, even then, I mean, it still doesn't look too bad for the few of them that I got a little bit better at measuring and getting everything to fit nicely. One thing to note though is I gotta be really careful with these markers. These what are they called? They're not really markers, but paint pens. These fabric paint pens, they're have a tendency to bleed. So I've lost a few cut sheets to that. But yeah, so it's unfortunately painstaking and slow progress here so far, and I'm gonna have to cut it short here this evening because I gotta go and get ready for PAX East. And I'm also hoping that maybe I can find someone I can talk to there that might give me some tips on maybe a better way to do this. So here's the kind of process that I'm using right now for making the little stencils in the area. I kind of printed out the different logos for the enemies, and then I cut my own little stencil for it, and then tape it down to kind of hold it in place. And then using this marker here, I go and dab it on to fill it in, and so far I'm liking the results. So I've been getting a little faster as I go along here, and definitely learning quite a bit, seeing as how, I have zero idea what I'm doing. I just had the idea to go and line this, so we're kind of learning together here. So a few things that I would do different on pretty much all of these other pieces here that I learned by doing those pieces is one, the original idea was trying to make a whole big piece that I just bloop, slop down in there and then pull up against the sides. No, that's a bad idea. Then, you know, I then kind of did side, side, and then all three. But, you know, then I was getting these jaggedy edges on the lining. And, I mean, maybe at some point I'll go and rip this out and try and do it again. But, I don't know. Maybe I'll have it as a testament to my lack of knowledge and experience. But then I got the idea, oh, well, why don't I just fold one of the edges? And I feel like I could get better at doing that, and I have been. But unfortunately, I kind of got that idea halfway through doing these ones. So, I mean, the stencil, perfect. That's worked out well. I mean, that's the Abomination one, and that one works pretty well. And in fact, I was thinking about trying to do maybe a 2-layer stencil. I don't know. Just trying to get one for the skeleton. Got to figure out what I'm going to do for there, because I really feel like to get the skeleton to look right, I need to have at least the hollowed out eyes, you know. We'll see when I get to that then, I guess. But, yeah. So the folding looks, you know, took care of the, you know, the fraying problem. But, you know, then of course here, I mean, I have like the whole, I didn't do perfect measurements until here. I feel like, yeah, I would tear these off and go it all the way to the top, because, yeah, I don't like leaving the little bit of wood exposed there, because I was intentionally doing that at first. And, well, I mean, I also did that there. But, you know, this one here, getting closer to what I really want. And now with these little ones here, ironically, it's like probably I should have started learning off of these ones. But I'm now going to do, instead, just do each panel and then do the bottom. And like cut them to, you know, to shape. So we'll see how that goes. But, I mean, I don't know, I'm not unhappy, but I definitely, and I really just want, especially this one here, because like doesn't even cover up there. I mean, you're not really going to notice it. This is the components container. And I mean, even with, you know, we go and throw the guys in here, how does it look? I mean, I had these ones. Oh, yeah, that's how he's laying here. Like that. They're laying there face down. That's right. Where's the third one? There he is. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, at a glance, you're probably not going to notice those imperfections, but I mean, I'll definitely share once I get to where I'm really happy with it and can do it consistently. But I think that's going to be the way to do it is. And it's also just doing it with scissors is so much faster. And then just kind of, I've been, for sizing these ones, I've been making them oversized and then just trimming it down so then they fit in there snugly. And that seems to have gone well, at least for these first few pieces here. We're going to see how well it goes for the rest of the goblin ones. But I feel like, especially with the goblin ones, like trying to do what I've been doing over here. And I feel like that's going to give me the best look as well, too. Like getting it so it's nice and snug, folded on just the top edge. And also I don't have to worry about getting the alignment, you know, perfectly, because, yeah, like when you're just having that big of a piece, you know. And also I was originally wanting to have that top little bit of wood available, but then, yeah, oh well, you live and learn. Alright, So I've definitely been improving the method, and the goblin section here has come out very nicely, I have to say. Yeah, so I think I don't. If I'm much more careful, I don't know, I'm still trying to decide if I want to do the folding, because I mean the folding worked out pretty nice here for these ones because it's only like an inch across, so you know I don't have a good way of making a nice, even, perfect fold for the edging here. But I mean, at least for these little ones, it was worked out very well. And I also pretty much, yeah, the way to do it is just do each side and do the bottom separate. Trying to do what I was doing, where just doing two sides and then do one big piece. I was thinking that was going to work out better, but nah. I mean, it didn't go bad, but it just makes it much harder to get like a nice, perfect, edging. And I am really happy with the goblin boxes. So, on to the orcs here, and then we'll have the first mini tray done. I also will say this is very slow going, but it's also because I have no idea what I'm doing. Whew, this has been a bit more of a project than I knew I was biting into when I first started this here, but I am getting a little bit faster as I go along here, and I'm also getting much happier with the results so far. Just even on this first tray here, I mean, I still need to go and put in the new bottom sections here. Just so I don't have to worry about this spilling out here. Yeah, here we go. So it is starting to come together here. I mean, might be hard to see from here, but you see these are the first ones I did. And I mean, it's not bad, but I mean, I didn't get it all the way up flush with the top of the wood. I had just a single edge where you can see it's kind of like fraying here as well. And then, I started kind of figuring out, different things. The one thing I will say I'm pretty happy with, though, is the stenciling work so far. That I'm pretty happy with, except when there it was a little sloppy. But I have to kind of be careful with doing it. I wish I knew a better way, but I mean, like I said, I'm pretty happy with it so far. But you can kind of then see over here where I've gotten much more I had a template piece, but I mean, I'm doing the folded edge, so we don't have any kind of fraying. I'm custom cutting each piece for the different sections, so I'm getting all the wood all the way up to the top. And I have a little bit of leftover. So what I'm doing is I kind of made my template piece, so it's just the right width, and it's a little bit taller than what I need. So there we go. So that is what we have there. So it's about that much taller. And it's that much taller because I'm then folding about a 1/16 of an inch down to kind of give me that nice folded edge, so I don't have to worry about any fraying. If I wind up gluing, getting a little bit of fabric off to the side, I kind of clip it to keep the edge. Then I'm applying the glue with my just kind of normal Elmer's glue with the brush to kind of get a nice thin layer coat of glue on there. And then I taking this nice thick edge, it's very easy to apply it, stick it to the top here, and then I kind of push it all the way in, down, and I leave a little bit of extra just so I can then have, you know, like coverage all the way through. So when I go and put in the top piece, I don't have to worry about accidentally cutting one too short or anything like that. Plus also gives it, I feel like, a little bit of extra, I don't know, cushion, I don't know. It just, you know, I don't have to be perfect. And it gives me a little bit of, you know, wiggle room. But I could probably stand to make those pieces a little bit closer, you know, have a little bit less of a lip. But, I mean, it's not the worst thing. And then I did that same thing for here. I got a nice piece, cut it in, so it just slides right down in. But yeah, this is taking forever, and I'm still in the first one. I'm sure there's got to be somebody out there who knows, you know, faster way. I would love to hear suggestions on it in case I ever decide I want to do something like this again. Day one, or not day one, but tray one done. So this is tray one done. We'll see see how this goes from here, but this is very slow.